Welcome back to this episode of Yakuza Whips. Today I have my friend Yoshi here. He's a very well-known car builder here, and also he owns a couple shop, body shop, modification shop, and also alignment shop here in Las Vegas. As far as VIP, T-Demand is definitely one of the brands that we cannot get away from, and it's definitely one of the name brands for control arms and suspension systems. So here we have the Samurai Motors LS500. So my first question to Yoshi is, how come the LS500 chassis, and what made you pick this specific Lexus out of all the chassis?
Actually, I do most of any car to pick Japanese vehicle, but LS500 more high quality, luxury car, VIP car. Yeah. So they have too many arms, like front is 2-arm upper control arm already special. And the rear too, they have an extra arm too. So they're gonna show up more close to, show up to armhouse work, it's better to display to show to people.
Yes, and I believe the first time I saw this car was actually during SEMA 2018. And that's when the LS500 first came out. And you already have the car, and it's already pretty much, so when I first saw it, the vehicle had the full T-Demand kit, air suspension, full control arm kits, as well as the knuckles. So they pretty much like to run SSR wheels on all of the T-Demand vehicles, and it's pretty much the full T-Demand package. And seeing this back in 2018 was definitely incredible. So as far as this goes, I want to talk to Yoshi San a little bit about T-Demand. How did you and Tanaka meet?
Okay, I think since 5 years ago, I guess. So first time I did order T-Demand parts from, because my customer want to use the T-Demand part, and then I gonna do order to T-Demand in Japan. And then after Takashi contacted me, and then he came to SEMA, and then he say, I'm Japanese too from Japan, and then he wanna talk to me because I'm T-Demand customer too. That one the first things, and then I talked to him a lot, and then he want to do like a SEMA on display T-Demand. And then same thing me, I want to do, show to people to house good to T-Demand quality arm suspension. That's why we first time made it for Lexus GS 350. Yeah, first time.
Black one, right?
Black one.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that. It was, I believe that car was at Stanford.
Yes.
2017 maybe.
I think 2017.
And that was
the first time.
That was your car too?
Yes.
Oh wow, what could have thought? Like two of the craziest cars, cleanest VIP cars actually that we have seen.
Yeah, first time United States 2017 GS 350 T-Demand demo car and then display.
I believe it was at the Toyo booth. Is that correct?
Toyo booth, I don't think so.
No?
Stanford. No.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Maybe our stance was, because I remember maybe it was parked next to it, but so many cars, but the T-Demand.
Yes.
It was
Toyo booth.
Yes, Toyo booth. I remember that year. It was next to a white GS350 and also a Q50 that year. And the T-Demand car definitely stand out from its simplicity in the design and just the presence of how it looks. So now, can you talk a little bit about what T-Demand is and how does Takashi carry the brand? Is it more of a VIP specific brand, or how is it like?
Actually, it's no VIP. I think that he is make like a stance, but alignment, quality. That one he's fast, he's to sell. But people, of course, stance mean making VIP. That's why actually Takashi say no VIP car.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, he want to do kind of original body style, but the stance, but ride much better.
So like a low down, clean, comfortable low down ride style.
Yes.
I do like that. That's interesting because in the VIP community, we definitely closely associate the brand is pretty much synonymous with T-Demand. And to hear that the original mission is definitely to have a clean OEM plus look on the vehicle and have like a clean stance. It's definitely very surprising to know. It's definitely good to share. Since we're a channel that talks about VIP people, and Yoshi-san here is from Japan, when did you actually come over from Japan?
Actually, almost 16 years ago.
16 years ago. Pretty much early 2000.
Yes.
That's cool, man. And I believe that should be pretty much the starting point of when you started to see some of these VIP brands starting out from Osaka. So do you have any memories of how this style specifically came about in Japan?
Actually, in Japan, first time I don't know when they starting call to VIP car, but I memory like first time they don't have VIP car, kind of Kaido racer, I guess. So everybody cut to spring, no lower spring, they don't have no coilover, anything. So that's why people have to do low, cool car, everybody. Some people take off to the springs, you know. So I don't know when they're starting for VIP style vehicle. I don't know exactly what.
Okay, so it may maybe just come from the Shokotan styling, the low down, lowering car, Hokkaido racer style, so for what it seems. And it evolved into something different when they get maybe a little bit older and they have, you know, Lexus big body sedans for their family, but they still want to do something cool to the cars. I think maybe that might manifest into the specific styles. But there's in American culture, a lot of people here think that the VIP culture is very synonymous or similar to like how the Yakuza in Japan have modified their cars. Like, is that a myth, or is that like maybe stem a little bit from that culture?
I think so, like a kind of Yakuza style vehicle, they're using like an expensive vehicle. That's why it looks like VIP car. I don't know what model first time people do. So they're using, of course, Lexus LS400, the first time using, and then Toyota Century, you know, a Nissan President. They're using, you know, Yakuza, I guess. I don't know exactly, but it looks like a VIP vehicle.
Yes, maybe the more economical Yakuza. Because I think
the car is very expensive.
Yes.
So we cannot buy regular people, you know. So after, you know, used vehicle sale, and then cheaper, we're going to buy it and then custom too. But not exactly 100% when, you know, model, first time model, what VIP vehicle.
Oh, okay. That's definitely interesting to know. Yoshi, so you're a man that have seen both sides of the culture from Japan to the USA. What would you say the major biggest differences between the Japanese VIP culture versus the US VIP culture?
Okay, just I thought different is most of to quality. Yes. So Japanese people more picky, I guess. That's why kind of bouncing right and then name for a brand. And then Japanese people spend money a lot to the parts.
Yes. Like no eBay parts.
No eBay parts.
Kind of. Like mostly good builds have quality parts.
Yes,
and then very attention to details is what I noticed as well.
Yeah,
like
a lot too.
Panel gaps, or like even a lot of VIP cars. You know how VIP cars, you ride low and of course you damage the kit a lot, but they just repaint, keep repainting, keep fixing, you know?
Yes. And then they're gonna do making, when they're crazy low, but they're gonna do making inside cut, you know, still keep to clean bumper, cut half something, but it looks like an original bumper, they make it. So, and then in Japan, street much clean too. It's no bumping anything, no hole.
Oh, really? That's something that
smooth, more easy to lower to drivable.
Oh, man, that's something that I was wondering. I'm like, sometimes I watch these, you know, like car show entrance videos in Japan. I'm like, how do they ride this low? All static. You know, every car has like, you know, it's like they make it to the show and they still have a bumper. I'm like, if we try to do a lot of the spots like in Las Vegas, we do have decent roads compared to many places in America. But a lot of places in the United States actually has, you know, not that good of a road quality. So a lot of cars here, that's why there's there's a lot of cars here that is bad, but I feel like that shouldn't stop people from riding 4x4 very high. If you're running this Shokotan culture, definitely low is the #1 thing. And talking about this definitely brings us to the next point. What do you think the most important aspect is in a VIP build?
Most of important, I mean suspension.
Suspension.
Yeah, most of important.
How come?
It's a right to like a suspension most important because
It's the first thing that people mod.
yes,
Yes,
first
right?
things what we do VIP
Yes,
car.
yes.
So first one suspension we need
Yes.
a lower.
Yes.
So and then suspension coilover has too many company brand.
Yes.
So next step to suspension and then what kind of brand and then how's right better, you know, some car too bumping.
Yes.
Depends to how people lower to drive. But most of the important how low, how high, it's same quality, no smooth, it's much better.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
But most of people they don't know to I do so many mechanic shop and then I driving too many car,
Yeah.
too many different suspension I driving.
Yeah.
And then I know different. But most of people they don't know first time making VIP. They, for example, install Megan Racing
Yes.
coilover,
Yeah.
but that one the coilover style or they never do try high quality suspension, never do driving, so
Yes.
they don't know too.
They think it's okay. They think coilovers are supposed to ride bad, until they actually ride in quality suspension. So as far as this goes, T-Demand is synonymous for quality parts, suspension parts. So what do you think make T-Demand with a lot of the quality? Because a lot of people say, oh, how come it's very expensive? But what would you say? How would you say the quality of the T-Demand versus most of other brands of suspension out there?
Actually, a lot of things different. Most like for example, easy coilover
Yes.
air suspension. It's the damper is different too. Piston.
Yes.
They do calculate how to low driving, how much the shocks,
Shock
trouble, and then they're gonna do testing when like each shocks and then damping and then go back to piston.
Yes.
It's always same speed.
Oh, so that's
and then
important.
setting and then sell to the customer.
Oh, wow.
So they're gonna do sell before shipping. They're gonna do testing everything the shocks and then come back same speed, come back to the piston,
Yes.
and then they're gonna make to the set and then sell to the customer.
Oh, so that's what makes your car, once you go over a bump, you won't be like, get off the car. You actually go over the bump smoothly.
Sometimes I don't know other brand,
Yes.
but T-Demand say they're gonna do testing.
Yes.
Always the car is different to
Yes.
come back to the piston, but they're gonna do almost same come back to the shocks.
Yes,
The
shock
speed.
rebound.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So that's definitely a little bit behind the engineering behind T-Demand, which brings up to our next question for Yoshi San. And I would like to ask you, what's your thoughts on Onikan camper culture? What is your idea and what is your thought on it?
Onikan style.
Yes,
That one a new like a style too.
yes,
It's long time ago VIP only lower and then body kit. But I don't know, Onikan, some people like a camber a lot
Yes,
too. Looks
yes.
nice and then they can do if making camber more they can do lower too. If no making camber they can do no much lower too.
Yes. And bigger lips.
Yeah, bigger lips
Mhm.
too. Wheel we can do more
Yes,
wider and then
yes.
big wheel, but need a camber.
Yes,
So kind of VIP has couple style too.
yes. What kind of styles are in the VIP? What are the different styles that they have?
One thing's like out of lip, the wheel or inside,
Yep.
and then camber style or body kit or lip kit.
Yes.
It's couple things different,
Oh. Different ways. And then there's also VIP GT, the very aggressive styling. So it's definitely, if you're trying to get into VIP, you definitely have couple other styles that you can explore. It's good for people that wants to run camber. You could also not run camber and just go super low and have a clean tucked look. You can also sit fender to lip. So you could definitely have many build paths and routes to go. And I believe let's wrap it up with our last question. And our last question is, what is your top 3 favorite VIP brands?
Okay, VIP brands, they have a couple things. For example, VIP car brand, they have a body kit or a suspension company, and then different. But of course, maybe all those VIP company, Junction Produce, IF, and then of course M-Gain, Artisan Spirit, you know, so all Japanese VIP brand is best because everything perfect.
Yes, they have definitely a culture and a story behind every branding that it comes out. Like even, you know, a brand that's lasted us so long as Junction Produce, to this day, still promoting the brand, you know, it's still very alive. So I would like to say thank you, Sir Yoshi-san, for giving the time today to give us an introduction of your shop, as well as showing us the Tiedemann products and also your super beautiful LS500. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And I'll see you guys next time.